What's up, you guys? Godzilla Fan Freaks coming at you today with another figure review. And today's figure review is definitely kind of long overdue. It's been put off here and there because of building it, and then I took forever to put the decals on it. And finally now the decals are on and we are getting around to doing the actual review. Today we are going to be reviewing the 144th scale full action plastic model kit from Godzilla 1989, the Super X2. My favorite Super X, and just another quick backstory on this. I finally picked this up at Tucson Comic-Con last year after seeing it at Tucson Comic-Con for the last 2 years, and even up at Phoenix Comic-Con when I went. The same dealer goes to Phoenix Comic-Con, and he's had it for so who knows how many other shows that he's had it for. And it finally was just like, you know, you see me here every year, just buy me. So I finally just you know, dipped down and bought it, and very happy with it. I was a little intimidated at first. That's why I didn't buy it like 2 years ago, or however. It might have even been 3. I might have even seen this for the last 3 Tucson Comic-Cons. I can't remember. But I'm not big on model kits. I'm not that big on model kits. You know, anything that has to do with piecing together like a puzzle. It's not that I don't necessarily have the patience. It's just that I'm not really good at it. But now that I've built a couple figures, I built the you know, Frieza action figure, and then there was the Piccolo action figure that I did that my friends got me for model kits. Well, the Frieza I bought myself, but you know, after finally having some experience, and then my friend Lawrence, who is experienced in model kits, helped me build the Frieza, and then I felt a little bit more comfortable with that, and then of course with decals and whatnot. I haven't dabbled into like really too much like hardcore model painting. So I mean, this Super X2 is bare bones. It doesn't have any kind of weathered painting that you can do. It doesn't have any painting for like the thrusters or anything like that. It's pretty much just the same color as the plastic. I haven't done anything to it, and that's just because I don't have that skill level yet. And pretty much at this point, if I wanted it to be kind of scuffed up, or it looks like it's been through some battles with Godzilla or this or that, I would definitely have to pay somebody to paint that up nice and weathered for me. Same thing with the Maser Cannon, because this does come with a Maser Cannon as well. Maser Cannon, Maser Tank, whatever you want to call it. So, just to get on into this review, taking a look at the box. Very nice box. It's a very nice, appealing box. Super X2 with the Maser Cannon. Here's the one side that shows you everything that it does. Comes with, again, the missiles and stuff that it comes with are just silver. I could paint those myself, but again, I just don't have the skill, so the missiles and everything are unpainted. The base is unpainted. The Maser Tank is all unpainted. So this is very bare bones. I do apologize for that. Taking a look at that side, and then this side with all your legal jargon, and then you have that side, and then on the bottom it's just plain cardboard. So that's pretty much it for the box. Let's get the box out of the way for right now. Set it off to the side. Let me lower the camera a little bit here to see all of our Dragon Ball friends. And let's bring in the Super X2. I'm going to talk about them separately. I'll talk about the Maser Tank after the Super X2. Alright, so the Super X2. I mean, it looks good. I like the way it came out. I am a little bit more comfortable now with building model kits. Little bit of fur and dust from when I was putting the decals on. The decals were a challenge. I've never put decals like this on something before, and these are the decals that you have to like wet in water first and then stick on. And even then, it was still kind of giving me trouble. And again, I know, it, like I said, it's not the best. Look how low that is, and that's all the way up here, and even these stars don't line up perfectly. This decal, I don't know if it's because of how old it was, or if I was handling them too rough. I don't know, but like this decal started to fall apart. You know, this decal is not necessarily nicely centered. The decal up here, look how small that is, man. These were a pain to get on, the little decals of the Japan flag. Oh, those were a pain. And even then, they're not entirely on there straight. I did eventually give up on decals. I think the only decal that's not on the Super X right now is there was a little decal, like a white rectangle that went right here. That's not on there. And then, of course, I got that, the little red, I don't know what you call it, but it's just a little red dot that you put on the bottom there. But more so, I gave up on the decals on the Maser tank, but we'll get to that when I get there. But anyway, as far as paint color, I guess I should say, because it's not really paint, it's more or less the color of the plastic. A very nice military green all the way around for the Super X2. Looks very well done. Again, the decals add in the white and whatnot. It's a little gold star right in there. All the thrusters and everything, very nice silver plastic. Looks really, really good. Up here for like the camera, it's hard to see, but there we go. It's actually translucent. So you got like a little, you know, translucent lens and stuff. Again, missiles and the docking bay for the missiles and everything are all silver. And there is a piece, by the way, that comes with this. I forgot to grab that out. I think it's in the box. It might be in the box or it might be somewhere else. But there is a piece that comes. You can actually take this docking bay for the missiles off and then put in a green plastic piece. So you can have the missiles deployed or put away. So that's really cool. The grand finale, the fire mirror, looks really, really, really cool. The way they did all that plastic in there, it's actually a very nice kind of like not platinum. What's the word I'm looking for? Aluminum. I still don't think that's the right word I'm looking for, but a very nice shiny aluminum plastic underneath, and then all this on the top layer is a translucent, so it gives it that really nice effect, and it looks straight out of the movie. It looks really, really cool. The fire mirror just looks awesome. This looks great. As far as detail all the way around on this, everything's sculpted into the plastic very well. All the different, you know, paneling and stuff, you know, all this detail on the sides, the thrusters and everything look good. You know, everything on the bottom. You got the torpedo, because we do know that these were torpedo ports and stuff like that. Very nicely sculpted in there. Again, same with the other side. Camera and everything very nicely sculpted. Missiles, very nicely sculpted. All this up here on the top, very nicely well done. Again, the fire mirror just looks great, and it's a great hinged effect that they did. When you open it, like, I might have to do it really slow, but it pushes the center diamond, the center synthetic diamond, it actually pushes it out, so it's really hard to see. But right there, as you can see, it kind of like folds in and out. That's really cool, the way that they hinged that together. Now, that was a little bit of a challenge to put together for me. That took me a little bit to understand with the instructions and everything, but I eventually got it. Again, decals, I mean, they're there. They definitely make the Super X2 look better, especially with the Super X2 logo there on each side. Again, this decal on this side looks better than this one. This one like tore apart on me. Again, I don't know if it's because the decals were sitting in the box for so long. I don't know if that had maybe something to do with it. At least these decals, if my camera will focus, please, came out decent on each side, pretty much. Again, you got the Japan flag on on the camera, you know, thing where the people watch the battles and stuff. Again, the front I butchered terribly. I'm sorry. Again, I'm just not the best. This is my first time tackling these decals, and it was not easy. It was a little, and I don't have the most steady hand either, so that doesn't really help. And then again, you got that decal down there. One more look at the fire mirror, just because it's awesome. Looks great. And actually, I'll just set this guy up with the fire mirror off to the side. I did forget to bring the stand out for the Super X2, but it's really nothing that crazy. I mean, if you look on here, the stand for the Super X2 is actually, those mines that they used at the end of the film to raise Godzilla's temperature, which is pretty cool. So that's what the stand is, but it doesn't have any of this blue or anything like that. It's all just a, you know, a grayish, whitish plastic. So, but I forgot to grab that stand out for the review as well, so apologize for that. But even the stand, the arm and everything like that, it's not the strongest, so it's really hard to set it up, so I really wouldn't have wanted to mess with that too much in the review. But that is cool that the stand is the mine. I forget what exactly the mines are called. Something, something, numbers, letters, you know, controlled lightning and this and that, and raised Godzilla's temperature quite a bit, so the bacteria and stuff would work and knock them out, whatever. Anyway, enough about the Super X2. Let's push that off to the side. Onto the Maser Cannon, Maser Tank. It looks really good. Now, this was fairly simple to put together. Fairly simple to put together, and like really quick, just because of how small it was. Really wasn't that difficult. Probably the most time-consuming part was separating all the wheels, because each wheel was individually on the plastic grid thing that you had to break off and whatnot. But overall, same color as the Super X. A nice, you know, military green. Tires, you know, black for the rubber tires and everything like that. Translucent pieces for the innards of the Maser Cannon, as well as the like little lights here on top of the cockpit. Cockpit is something that flies, Eric. Come on. Driver compartment, operator compartment. The little lights down here are nice translucent plastic. Again, all this stuff is translucent mainly, and there is a paint guide that comes with this that shows you what paints and colors to use for the Maser tank and the Super X2. But again, I'm just not skilled enough to even worry about that. But then this light here is nice translucent. Overall, nice military green all the way around. I forgot to go over articulation with the Super X2, but that was kind of silently done because all the articulation is in the fire mirror. It just opens and closes. Articulation for the Maser tank here. The tires don't turn or, you know, spin or anything, but you do get rotation in this part, and then of course this raises up and down. So that's about it. Detail wise, everything looks really good on this. You know, again, just all the paneling, the windows there in the driver's compartment, little lights and stuff down here. The tires look really good. All the paneling up on the main Maser tank part of it. All of this in here into the dish and everything looks really good. The wires and everything look good. Everything. So very, very, very good detail in the plastic itself. Looks very, very nice. Now this is where the decals sell short. At least I was able to get the little squirrel, like little flying squirrel things on there. I mean, yes, those are actual decals. Whether those were in the movie or not, I don't know. I'll have to watch Godzilla vs. Biollante and pay close attention to the Maser tanks at the end, even though it's nighttime and it's raining. Yeah, it came with little like little flying squirrel decals. So at least I got those pretty much set on each side. As you can see, I got the decal on that side there in the driver compartment, but on this side, it was giving me so much trouble, and it just ended up falling apart like the other one. Like it was literally just deteriorating, and so I just finally just gave up. The decals on this side, as you can see, are not, that one's not too bad. That one needs some work. It's definitely not straight, but I got it on there. But on the other side, I got them on there, but of course they just ended up falling off, and I didn't lose them. I found them, but they were like folded and bent, and they got all messed up. So missing the decals on that side. There was supposed to be some red decals that went on the outer edge of this. Man, these decals were hard to mess with, especially from how flimsy they were. And, you know, even with tweezers and stuff like that, oh man, it was irritating to try to get that line on the outer edge of this, if you could imagine. And I just gave up. I was like, you know what? It's fine. I don't think people are really gonna care. If I actually happen to get some people that nitpick like decals and detailing wise that way, I'm sorry. You just need to reevaluate what you really care about in a review. But anyway, yeah, so this is missing some pretty hardcore decals, but I just gave up. I just couldn't anymore. It just wasn't worth my frustration that I was getting and my time. Yeah, I just couldn't. So anyway, that about does it. They still both look great. I'm still thoroughly impressed with my model kit skills of putting them together. At least I was able to get them together on my own. I didn't have to call my friend to help me out or anything like that. Fairly simple. They look really cool. Scaling wise, you know, you really want to scale them with something. The Mazer tank, I mean, you could scale it, I think, with some 30 centimeter figures. The Super X2, though, sorry, my voice cracked there because I was trying not to hiccup. The Super X2, it's a good size. Like, it's a very nicely sized Super X2, which this is the only nicely sized Super X2 that there is out there if you want one. For 30 centimeter X Plus figures, it's gonna look gigantic. I mean, it's gonna be off scaling from what the movie and everything else. My best bet is that, I mean, the Mazer tank is doable with 30 centimeter figures, I want to say. Even then, still, the Mazer tank might be a little big. But where these two things are really going to shine, I think, with scaling is, I believe X Plus is doing a gigantic series 1989, aren't they? So these two model pieces are really going to look good with the model kit. The Mazer tank might even look good with Biollante, which I do have Biollante, so but Biollante's kind of in a storage right now. So I'd have to wait to get Biollante out and then put the Mazer tank up to the X Plus Biollante. But I bet the Mazer tank would look good next to Biollante just because she is such a massive 25 centimeter figure. But yeah, as far as scaling wise, I really think these things are in a scale of their own, and they're really only going to scale up with something like, again, the Gigantic series X Plus stuff. And I do believe they are coming out with a Gigantic series Godzilla 1989. Anyway, just to sum up this review, that's it. I mean, I really like it. I really dig it. Again, the Super X2 is my favorite Super X, even though I really kind of messed up on some of the decals and everything like that. It doesn't hurt my feelings about it. I like it. The fire mirror is awesome. Everything's just awesome. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my review here on the 1/144 scale Super X2 and Mazer Tank model kit from Kotobukiya. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And anyway, that pretty much sums up the review. But one last thing I'd like to do is I'd like to give a shout out to somebody who really touched me in a comment, and you know, really meant a lot that, you know, he looks up to me for his review inspiration, and why he became a reviewer is because of me, and I do such a good, thorough job. At least I really hope that I do. But I really appreciate feedback like that, and it really means a lot when I get those nice comments. So I'd like to give a shout out to ZillaFan85. And if you guys could, you know, go over to his channel, subscribe if you want, but, you know, check out his videos. You know, he does really good reviews. And And again, it just meant a lot to me that he really looks up to me in that way as a reviewer, even though now I'm putting stuff out very few and far in between. I really appreciate that, Zillafan85. So again, Zillafan85. Go check out his channel. And, you know, that's all I got. You know, it just really means a lot. And then he wanted my permission to give me a shout out in his video. And guys, if you ever want to give me a shout out or mention me or anything like that, go for it. I mean, you don't have to ask me for permission or anything like that. You know, I appreciate that you guys look at me in that way and you want to recommend me to other people. That means enough in itself. Again, when I started this channel, I didn't care about subscribers. I didn't care about making money, anything like. I still don't make money or anything like that. I don't have enough subscribers or enough views to do that. But I do this because I love it. I love reviewing Godzilla kaiju products, you know, figures, movies, whatever it is, you know, discussions about these lines, all that stuff. I love doing all that stuff. I love connecting with other Godzilla fans. Most likely going to miss out on G-Fest again this year. I'm really hoping to make it, though, next year. I think next year is the return of Godzilla Fan Freaks at G-Fest. So fingers crossed for me, because I'd really like to make it back there again. Again, I miss all my friends. I miss connecting with everybody. That's what it is for me. It's not buying stuff. You know, it's connecting with everybody. Connecting with everybody you're connected with on YouTube, social media, you know, other Godzilla reviewers. You know, Rich Iso, you know, is a good friend of mine. You know, we go back a few years. I miss a lot of these guys. And so I really hope to make it out next year for G-Fest. And anyway, you guys, like always, we are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next review. Thank you for watching.